and welcome to the Arlington Weekly News. I'm Miriam Gennari.
And I'm Daniel Pineda.
My name's Adele Quo.
And we have a great newscast today. We have our news stories, Adele Quo, and
It's Easy Being Green.
Wow, we got it right that time. CBB, Nort Beckerman, and his Brain Healthy Minute.
Oh, and after Nort Beckerman, we have Rich Masabny with his reviews.
Yep.
And of course, our news for seniors. And then we'll wrap up this evening with an interview with County Board Member Chairman Jay Fazette.
Absolutely. Well, today, don't forget to watch us on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News, and the number one, and also facebook.com/Arlington Weekly News. Miriam.
Thank you, Daniel. And now let's get started. Former Virginia Lieutenant Governor Don Beyer has captured the Democratic nomination to succeed Representative Jim Moran in Congress, with more than 93% precincts reporting in Virginia's 8th Congressional District. Beyer had 45% of the vote, compared to 19% for Delegate Patrick Hope and 15% for State Senator Adam Evan. Beyer will run against Republican Micah Edmonds in November. Daniel?
Well, absolutely, Miriam. Well, Arlington County Manager Barbara Donnellan announced today that the county will not award a contract for the construction of Long Bridge Park Phase 2. Phase 2 includes the aquatics, health and fitness facility, and 8.5 acres of park. The community's vision for the park could not be implemented within the current budget. This decision was made after discussions with the lowest bidding contractor and a thorough review of the project budget for cost savings.
Interesting. Thank you, Daniel. And now on Thursday, June 5th, the Virginia Department of Motor Vehicles sent a cease and desist order to Uber and Lyft, ordering the popular ride-sharing services to stop operating in the Commonwealth. The DMV asserts that the smartphone-based service, which allows drivers to make money by using their own cars, like a dispatch taxi cab, are illegal. They do not have the proper authorization forms from the DMV to operate in Virginia, and they are therefore operating without a license. To obtain a license, taxi cabs must meet certain regulations, and drivers must have a chauffeur's license. Officials at both companies say they will continue to operate in the state despite the order. Virginia joins a growing number of states that have banned or sought to limit the app-based services from operating. Daniel?
Well, if you know a third grader who's concerned about taking the standards of learning tests for the first time, well, or any child who has trouble with standardized tests, well, Arlington County Library has some resources to help, including tests from the Virginia Department of Education, Kaplan Parents Guides to the Virginia SOL, tests for Grade 3, Learning Express Library via our Test Prep research portal, science, math, and technology practice tests, online homework site, Literate, homework help, free with your library card.
Wonderful.
Absolutely.
Great for students. Okay, and more school news. The school board approved the appointment of 4 new assistant principals at their June 5th meeting. The appointments take effect on July 1st and include Graham McBride, H.B. Woodlawn's secondary program, Vincent Jaros, Jefferson Middle School, and Erica Sanchez, Oak Ridge Elementary School. Oh, one more, Elizabeth Rowden, Wakefield High School.
Can't forget Elizabeth.
Absolutely not. Daniel?
Well, Arlington Public Schools is the recipient of the prestigious Medallion of Excellence Award given by SPQA. SPQA stands for the United States Senate Productivity and Quality Awards for Virginia and the District of Columbia. The Medallion Award is SPQA's highest award level for performance excellence. Since the award was established in 1983, APS is only the 9th school division in Virginia to receive it, and the first school division in nearly a decade to be recognized.
Wow, more good news.
That's great news.
Yeah, Arlington Public Schools rocks,
Yeah.
right? Well, Arlington Career Center is celebrating television broadcasting students Emily Bennett and Julia Harris. They produced a video that placed first place in the statewide teen driver safety contest, sponsored by the American Traffic Safety Service Foundation and the State Farm. In addition to their video being featured as the ATSSF website, Bennett and Harris were awarded $1,000 cash prize. The Arlington Career Center's television production program also also received $500. Both students were honored at an award ceremony on May 27th. Wonderful.
Absolutely. Well, Miriam, we're going to our next segment with Adele and It's Easy Being Green. Hey, Adele.
Amen to that. Hi, Adele.
Hey, hi. I am so glad to hear that, Miriam. And it is easy being green, getting free trees. If you're an Arlington homeowner or community group interested in planting and maintaining large native trees on private property, don't miss that upcoming June 20th deadline for online applications to get your free tree. Applications are now being accepted for the Arlington County Tree Canopy Fund Program, aka TCF, which provides grants to individuals and community groups to plant and maintain large native trees on private property. The TCF provides a variety of free trees with diameters of about 2 inches that are planted by a contractor, which at maturity will be large canopy trees. Since the Tree Canopy Fund's inception in 2009, 1,213 trees have been planted. Trees are more vital to our health and welfare than ever before, as more trees are cleared and removed to make way for development. So submit your tree requests online by Friday, June 20th. For more details, visit the website on your screen, www.arlingtonenvironment.org/community-action/trees. You must fill out one online application form per tree, and there are different forms depending on whether you're applying as an individual or with a civic association or homeowners association. The TCF will only offer large native trees with mature height ranging from 40 to 100 feet. To receive smaller trees with mature height ranging from 20 to 35 feet, you can apply to Arlington County's Tree Distribution Program, which offers free tree whips at a distribution event in October of 2014. Notice of awards will be distributed by early October, just in time for the fall planting season from October to January. Some plantings may occur in the spring from March to April, depending on the species that benefit from spring planting. So remember, it's easy being green, increasing our tree canopy planting from the free trees from the Arlington County Tree Canopy Fund.
Wow, that's fantastic, Adele. I'm actually babying a tree right now.
Excellent.
It was recently planted.
Good
That's
for
great.
you.
Yeah.
Native, I hope.
Oh, absolutely. And from your organization.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Good to hear.
Well, now we're going to move on and do a little bit of the Community Bulletin Board, the CBB. Ready? Here we go. On June 14th, Arlington Public Schools Office of Minority Achievement will host Transition Saturday for 5th and 8th grade students and their families. It's from 10 a.m. to noon at Washington Lee School, located at 1301 North Stafford Street. Transition Saturday is an opportunity to meet middle and high school minority achievement coordinators, hear about support networks, and attend several other informative workshops. Visit APS website at apsva.org to learn more about the event. Daniel?
Well, Columbia Pike Branch Library is about to start its June movie matinee. They commemorate the 70th anniversary of the D-Day invasion with the theme D-Day and World War II. Movies are every Thursday from 3 to 5 p.m. On June the 12th, 1962's The Longest Day, starring John Wayne and Richard Burton, will play. Then on June the 19th, it's Saving Private Ryan, the 1998 hit movie starring Tom Hanks and Matt Damon. And on June the 26th, you can watch The Big Red One, a 1980 movie starring Mark Hamill and Robert Carradine. The library is at 816 South Walter Reed Drive. Just give them a call at 703-228-5710 for more information. Miriam.
Thank you, Daniel. And now more. You can discuss novels of new and well-known authors from across the Africa diaspora. All you need to do is attend the African American Book Club held at Central Library. The next meeting features the book America by Chimamanda Adichie. She is the winner of the New York Times 10 Best Books of the Year, the National Book Critics Circle Award for Fiction, selected as Great Reads Book, and also the Chicago Tribune's Best Book and Washington Post's Notable Book. The The book club meeting will be on June 12th from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. at the Central Library on the second floor meeting room. Central is located at 1015 North Quincy Street in Arlington. For more information, call 703-228-5959. And now, on to Rich's reviews.
Thank you, thank you.
Thanks for being with us, Rich.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Rich.
My pleasure. More than any other theater in town, Shakespeare Theater Company does and excels in drawing room comedies, sophisticated stuff. They're doing currently Private Lives by Noel Coward. And Maria Aiken, she's a Coward specialist. She's been in many of his shows and whatever. She's the lady. The story centers around a divorce. Recently remarried to other people, but they find themselves honeymooning in the same hotel with adjoining balconies. So you can imagine what happens. There's Amanda and there's Elliot, and then there's all screwing up around, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun, witty banter, and you can't go wrong with it. Through July 13 at the Landsberg Theater, Private Lives. The phone number 202-547-1122, or check the website shakespearetheater.org. You can save yourself, listen to this one, you can save yourself a trip to Argentina or Uruguay to see a real authentic tango review.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's at the Gala Theater up 14th Street at 3333 14th. Puro Tango 2 features tango vocalist Nelson Pino, Maria de Los Angeles, Elisa Cordova, and the captivating Argentine dance duo of Jeremias Macera and Marcela Barafundi. Don't ask me to say those names again. The singers and dancers, it's just a riveting performance. I'll tell you, the heat that's coming off the stage there at the gala is just too much. It's just wonderful. It's called Puro Tango 2, features the groundbreaking role of women in tango music who are not only singers and dancers, but composers too. It's created and directed by Hugo Medrano and produced by Abel Lopez. These are guys around town know what they're doing. Through June 22. For information, 202-234-7174. Check the web at galatheater.org. One of my favorite theater companies in D.C. is the Woolly Mammoth Theater. You can always, they're on 7th and D Street. You can always count on something different with them. And they're doing now The Totalitarians. It's a political comedy set in Nebraska. It revolves around a political campaign. And it's a little confusing sometimes, I got to admit that. But Emily Townley's in it as the candidate, and her campaign is run by Francine, who's played by Dawn Ursula, who is married to a doctor. Anyway, it's a lot of stuff going around, but it's directed by Robert O'Hara, and he knows what he's doing. The Totalitarians run through June 29. For information and tickets, call 202-393-3939 or check the website at willymammoth.net. Before I leave this, I just have to say, the people were screaming with laughter. I don't know, maybe I'm getting old or just jaded. I wasn't laughing that much, but everybody's going crazy. So I figure they must write. They must know what's going on. Finally, as a recommendation of a friend, I drove to Reston last week to try Gregorio's Trattoria and had a chance to see the executive chef, Carmine Geik, and owner Greg Kahn about their approach to Italian cooking. Remember, I'm a kid from Brooklyn, New York, and northern New Jersey, and you want Italian food, that's where it is, right? But looking at the menu, you know right away it's got to have a certain something. Anyway, I had my favorite veal parmesan, breaded, fried, nice, topped with mozzarella cheese, tomato sauce, the whole thing. It was wonderful. My friend had that veal chop that they're known for too, and we were both happy as anything. Anyway, it's probably going to require a return visit. You know, if I get a taste of something like that, you know, I'm hooked. Anyway, Gregoria's business card said its secret ingredient is love, and I believe it. Anyway, they're at the North Point Village Center, just off Reston Parkway. You can look them up under gregoriostrattoria.com or their phone number is 703-689-4894. Thanks very much.
Trattoria.
Hey, I
like that. Yeah.
Sounds tutto bene.
And I like that tango too, singing and dancing. Both singing and dancing. That's great.
Nice.
Well, now we go to our next segment with Nort Beckerman and a Brain Healthy Minute. Nort, take it away.
Hi, I'm Nort Beckerman, the Brain Health Coach. Did you know that what your brain knows creates your reality and determines what you can and can't do, what you will and won't do? An infant is born with all of the brain cells they will ever need, but learning physically and mentally is still necessary to connect experience-dependent cells. Brain cell connections are not hardwired. Brain cells communicate by sending signals over a small space called a synapse. Each cell has a function to perform and is notified when that function is needed by signals from other cells in the same function. The strength of the signal is dependent on the strength of the connection. Connections are strengthened with repetition. By the age of 3, we're only generating experience-dependent brain cells. We continue to generate them throughout life, but only cells used to retain information will live. That information is received by the brain as a result of exposure, experience, and learning. Reward-driven learning helps to repeat and strengthen connections. Your brain will continue to respond to whatever information it's receiving or not receiving at any age. It doesn't stop when you're a child. It's true when you're an adolescent, a young adult, a middle-aged adult, a senior adult. It's true at all ages. I'm Nort Beckerman, the Brain Health Coach. I'll see you next time for a Brain Healthy Moment.
Thank you, Nort, for that information
Nort.
and that Brain Healthy Minute. And now straight to seniors news. On Wednesday, June 18th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., the Arlington Mills Senior Center will be holding a senior talent show. Expect to see diversity, style, artistry at this free event. Friends and family can attend. Prospective performers can go ahead and call 703-228-7369 to sign up.
Absolutely, Miriam. Well, now to our next story. Merrill Lynch Senior Financial Advisors will host a free education savings seminar at Walter Reed. It will focus on a variety of options for your children and grandchildren, including 529 plans and Coverdell education savings accounts. It will be on Thursday, June the 19th at 1 p.m. at Walter Reed. Just give them a call at 703-228-0955 to register.
Sounds great, Daniel. All right, and now some more fun for seniors. The Virginia Cooperative Extension's registered dietitian, Katie Strong, will discuss easy ways to lower your carbon footprint in the kitchen. Choosing plant-based foods and using local produce are just a couple of easy ways to cook green. Green Cooking is being held on Wednesday, June 18th at 11 a.m. at the Arlington Mills Senior Center. Call to register at 703-228-7369. Daniel, what else?
Absolutely. Well, Randy Feliciano from Arlington's Department of Human Services will describe unique opportunities to work with older adults. He will focus on Arlington's personal advocacy service and the volunteer guardianship program. The meeting is on Thursday, June the 19th at 11 a.m. at Culpeper Garden Senior Center. If you need any more information and to register for this free program, call 703-228-4403. Miriam.
More fun for seniors.
Absolutely.
The Arlington Master Gardener, Carol Kilroy, will present a free program on Monday, June 23rd at 1:30 p.m. at the Aurora Hills Senior Center. She'll discuss what to plant, how to care for plants in the summer, and more. Call 703-228-5722 to register. Space is limited.
And absolutely, and of course we want to thank our own Judy Masomny for all of her work and hard dedication and helping us with the senior stories for this week and every week.
Thank you, Judy.
And now on to your story.
And now we have a wonderful interview with County Board Chairman Jay Fazat. Thanks for joining me for another edition of the Sustainable Scoop. I'm Miriam Gennari. Last week we had Vincent Vervey, Arlington's forester, on talking about air quality in Arlington and the importance of trees. Today I have the pleasure of County Board Chairman Jay Fazette to share with us a little bit about transportation in Arlington and how that impacts our air quality. Thanks for being with us, Jay.
Nice to be here, Miriam.
Well, before we get started on transportation and the bottleneck that sometimes we all deal with, tell us a little bit about what's happening with the streetcar and some funding issues, because there's some news I understand with Fairfax County.
Yeah. Well, the Arlington's long tradition of being able to connect land use and transportation and do long-term planning. Look at Metro. A lot of people wanted buses back then, and where would we be without the undergrounding of Metro and the capital investment we made? We are looking for the next generation of a significant capital investment in this community. It's been 10 years in the planning. With Fairfax, it is a joint effort between Fairfax County and Arlington County to do a 7.5-mile streetcar line from Skyline in Fairfax, very dense area, down Columbia Pike to Pentagon City, Crystal City, and Potomac Yard. The funding, and this is really important, there is zero homeowner general obligation bonds in the financing plan to construct this streetcar line.
But does
Zero.
Does the funding exist right now? I mean, is the money set aside?
We are working on, well, some of it's set aside and some of it we have to seek. We're deciding in the next month with the manager's capital plan she's put forward. We're still in discussion about that, whether we will seek federal funding, state funding, regional funding, all leveraging our low commercial property tax money, not again from property homeowners. And we'll decide that by the beginning of next month, by the middle of July. But the reality is zero homeowner general obligation bonds. We are leveraging a lot of money to make this capital investment.
Well, and part of the reason is that we're anticipating a significant growth in population, 65%, I understand by your estimates, and also an increased influx of job opportunities here in Arlington.
You're absolutely right. This corridor, Columbia Pike down the Route 1 corridor, over the next 30 years, 65% of the projected growth in population in Arlington is on that streetcar route.
We do not want people sitting in traffic. Now, I know there's been a debate about bus, and but there was something that you'd mentioned, I think, in a presentation about place. And you picture people outdoors, riding their bikes in outdoor cafes, and then there's gridlock.
Yeah, well,
what
you're
happens?
about sustainability.
I am.
I'm about sustainability. That's the name of this show. And the sustainable long-term solution is providing the transit option that will keep people out of their cars and reduce congestion. With that population growth and that job growth in that corridor, buses alone would create gridlock. It would create much more congestion.
And now, what have your studies shown in terms of why people decide to ride a streetcar as opposed to a bus?
Well, and we've had consultants look at this, and they look and they know the numbers, they know how it's worked around the world, around the country. Streetcars are much higher capacity. They are much more comfortable, easier to get on and off, and you can always add to a streetcar too. One operator for a much larger vehicle, so the operating costs in terms of personnel are lower. There are many reasons to go with streetcar.
Well, I mean, you can see a lot more people going from one place to the next place a lot faster with no delays. You don't have to worry about that. So I think reliability is probably a big issue for people wanting to get to work.
Reliability, comfort, and honestly, the return on the investment. When you have a fixed rail, a permanent system, the investment that comes from it is significantly higher.
So now we're talking about increased tax dollars.
Yeah.
We're talking about more revenue for the county. And yet there are many people who are concerned that the streetcar is going to price them out of their communities because, there's going to be higher demand.
Yeah.
What is your vision for possibly offering or taking some of those funds and possibly using those funds to offer vouchers to reduce people's transportation costs and assure that these new residents and existing residents will take advantage of the streetcar?
Well, we have already, this plan, the land use plan along Columbia Pike, which just won several awards, another one just today, I believe, from the New Urbanists in the United States, is amazingly unique because it provides for no net loss of affordable housing along the Columbia Pike corridor with the land use plan that we put into place.
But we're talking about 65% increase in
Sure.
population. So how are we going
That's
to?
considering Route 1,
Right.
Crystal City,
Right.
as well as Columbia Pike, the full streetcar route. The Columbia Pike area, we have great diversity, we value that diversity. This is the first plan people know of where we've incorporated in those land use plans no net loss of affordable housing. There will be increased housing units, market rate, but we're going to protect those. And part of the way we do it is provide that density to the property owner that the streetcar investment will provide the opportunity for the property owner to actually protect and preserve some of that affordability while still getting an opportunity to build some new market rate units.
Okay, so that's wonderful. We'll get a little denser. We'll move a little faster if the streetcar is approved. But at the same time, I think what citizens are looking for is assurances that if there is an issue in terms of affordability or a need for more affordable housing outside of the corridor, that the county would be willing to invest some of those funds.
This is the only place we know of in the United States where we created a tax increment financing tool along Columbia Pike where 25% of the incremental increase in taxes as a result of these investments will go to affordable housing.
All right, excellent. Those are the issues, and that's what we wanted to talk about today. I'm thrilled to have you here, Jay. I appreciate it. I want you to go online to Arlington VA US /streetcar to get more information about the Columbia Pike and the Crystal City streetcar, and certainly speak to Jay if you have any further questions. Thanks for watching The Sustainable Scoop. I'm Miriam Gennari.
Thanks, Miriam.
Miriam, great interview as always.
Yeah,
Great job.
We don't want to taste the air in Arlington.
Trattoria.
All right, well, that's it for the Arlington Weekly News. Thanks for joining us. I'm Miriam Gennari.
Daniel Pineda.
Rich Masabi.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you next week.
See you then.